Hi everyone, and welcome to Weekly Cooking with Becky. I know it's been a couple weeks. It's been a little bit crazy around here. Today's Veterans Day, so excuse the look. I'm enjoying my day off, but I wanted to make my version of like a Dinty Moore beef stew. So we're gonna wing it together. I've got some ingredients that I think will work, and we're just gonna put it together and see. And there's gonna be a surprise ingredient in here, because how can you have Dinty beef stew without potatoes? And we are not gonna use the traditional parsnip or rutabagas. We are not using those. So here we go. First things first, I recommend a chuck roast only because in a slow cooker, it's one of the most tender. However, over 8 hours, you're probably gonna be good. Next, I used a half a cup of carrot. Now, for some of you, you're like, that's high carb. It's over the entire roast, which means you're only getting like this much. So it's totally up to you. You can, any of these things you can omit, do what you want. I also grated it, so you're not getting chunks of carrot, you're getting like pieces of carrots throughout. So I have that. I have 3 celery stalks, my surprise ingredient, and spices, which we're gonna get to, trying to keep it as natural as possible. So let's get going. I'm gonna go ahead and aim the camera down so you can see as I add. Well, let me tell you about my ingredients. So in here I have one left over because I didn't know how many I needed. So we are using, they do have them at your supermarket. This is called a chayote. You've seen me use these at wintertime as an apple dupe. And I used it a few months ago when I made apple cookies as well. So these are a good apple dupe. They're also a good potato dupe. You just gotta make sure you peel it, the skin off, and then you cut it. One of these is the size of a medium russet potato. Carb-wise, 4 net carbs, a potato 24 net carbs. This is gonna obviously get spread out. So carb-wise, 4 net carbs, and you're only gonna put 2 in the entire thing. So when we're talking about a really low carb, losing weight or maintaining weight recipe, chayote is gonna be a really good way to mimic a potato. Now, if you're like, Becky, no, stick the potato in. I'm not at your house, but I'm telling you, you're not gonna know the difference. All right, so here we go. So to my chuck roast, this is the only thing that I'm not really using anything authentic. We're just gonna put some S&P directly onto the meat. If you've been following my channel, you know I add more of the pea because my husband loves the pepper. Okay. Now, normally in a roast, you may add like a 1/4 cup of water or no water at all. You may just let the juices flow out, but we're turning this into a stew. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a 32-ounce container of beef broth, beef stock, whatever you have on hand, because this is gonna be a stew. When this is done, you can chop this into pieces or shred it. I'm gonna take it out, pull out the fat pieces, and then shred it. That's what I'm gonna do. Now, Dinty Moore, it is cubed. That'll be the difference. Do you want to cube? Do you want to shred? I don't know. Leave that up to you. Okay. So, man, those things take a while to pour in. All right, here we go. So, a little secret on the Dinty Moore that I've read about, Worsheshire. So, I love Worcestershire, so I'm gonna go ahead and give myself a good dab if you're iffy on it, but I will tell you it's gonna give it that good flavor. All right, there we go. Now, you can either break your own garlic or you can add some. You wanna add about 4 cloves. I'm just gonna use this. It will melt in as you're cooking. I'm kind of going like this so I can count my cloves. And if I need to open a new jar, I will. Oh, look at that. I emptied a jar, but I have a whole new jar, so we're good. Okay. About 4 tablespoons of minced onion. And the reason I say minced is we're gonna add so many vegetables. You want the flavor of the onion. This is literally dried onion. It is pure onion in dried form. So I'm gonna do the Rachel Ray hack, and I'm just gonna kind of go around the sides. 2, 3, 4. That will put that onion flavor in there. Okay, so for here, I have 2 chayotes or 2 potatoes, 3 celery sticks, and a ½ cup of grated carrots. And I'll just kind of add all of that in. Put that down and around. Everything is gonna just go in for flavor. Okay, so far looking good. But I've gotta make it dinty. So one more thing. Keep this on the counter throughout the day. Tomato paste. We have to be able to thicken it up. They recommend a good couple tablespoons. You can't really stir it in at the beginning. I'm gonna do about half of this can, believe it or not. I'm gonna check at about the 4-hour mark and see if I need to add more, because you can't really mix this in right now, but I'm gonna put it over kind of into the water as it melts, and then I'm gonna mix it in at about the 4-hour mark. Keep it handy to add more or less so you get that stew thickness. That's what you want tomato paste. If you use tomato sauce, you're not getting stew, you're getting soup. So keep tomato paste nearby. And if you want to taste test this, just the liquid during the day to see if you want to add a splash more of the Worcestershire, you can. That's it. Those are the veggies in a Dinty Moore, minus the potatoes. There's your meat, there's your seasoning, almost everything authentic. We're gonna cook on low for 8 hours. And like I said, this stays nearby. I might keep this nearby in case I want to add, because I want that authentic Dinty Moore taste. And at 8 hours, you pull out the meat and you can decide, are you gonna shred it or are you gonna cube it? I will be back with the finished product and we will do a taste test together. See you then. All right, so the soup has been cooking all day and it is ready to eat. I'm just gonna open up the lid to the crock pot and just let you see inside for a second. Just want you to see just how delicious that looks. It's just amazing. So, all right, it's been smelling good. Okay, this bowl might be a little bit too hot for me to hold. It kind of came out as 2 words. So here we go. I purposely have a chayote and a celery stick, some beef, and some of that juice. Guys, that right there, I really should have measured out the Worcestershire because I was just kind of dumping and going. This is my own creation, so you kind of watched what I did, but it was just kind of like seasoned to your heart. So seasoned to your heart is what I'm gonna say. Use the chayote, you're never gonna know. You already know. Go small on the carrots, but then grate them so it still fills out. It looks like they're in there. Man, that's good. I think you guys are gonna love it, and I think you're gonna have an amazing, good soup. And not just a roast, but really a good soup. It's gonna give any canned soup a run for its money, and it will feed you guys for a few days for sure. Dinty, I got you beat. All right, see you next time. Bye.